So once again, very warm welcome to all of you. Thank you so much for joining this webinar, Decoding ACCA. My name is Sonam. I am part of LearninGT team, working here as a manager, and I will be hosting this webinar for all of you. So guys, in this webinar, we are going to understand about LearninGT, Grant Thornton, and of course, ACCA. You will understand what is ACCA, course duration, and very important, who should do it, and also you will understand global opportunities. Okay, to understand all these things, we have highly experienced and amazing speakers with us. Let's welcome our speakers. We have Mr. Rohit Gupta, who is working as director in Grant Thornton Bharat LLP, and he is heading B2C vertical of LearninGT as well. No doubt he's amazing business development leader, but at the same time, it's been more than 1 decade he has been helping people in achieving their goals. As well as we have Miss Jyoti Gupta also with us. She is working as an associate director in Grant Thornton Bharat LLP. She is heading all professional qualifications in LearninGT, and ACCA is one of them, guys. She is amazing ACCA coach. She can be a go-to person for your mentoring and training purposes. Let's welcome them. So without any further delay, let's start. Over to you, Rohit. Let us know about all these things.
So, thank you so much, Sonam. Thanks for such a warm welcome and probably setting the context for everybody of what we are, or probably what do we have in store for the next hour or so. So, as Sonam rightly mentioned, we would be talking about, or probably would be starting about what Grant Thornton is, what LearninGT is all about, and then deep diving into the ACCA qualification, and then probably let you know that how Grant Thornton as an organization, or how LearninGT, which is primarily the vertical which takes care of the training within Grant Thornton, can help you in your ACCA journey, and what are the possible options which we have, which a lot of you could explore. So guys, even before I start about Grant Thornton, I think it's imperative for all of us to understand that why a qualification like ACCA or other upcoming finance qualification has started playing an important role in the current context. If we just go a decade back, when a lot of people used to choose MBA, the only typical options for an MBA professional was either you go into HR, either you go into marketing, or probably go into finance. When a lot of people were opting for a finance field, the path in front of them was very clear that eventually they would end up competing with a lot of chartered accountants, and where and that's the point where a lot of MBA professionals would not be able to chase up with chartered accountants, because I think that's the epitome of accounting qualification which we had in our country and across the globe. But cut short, in the year 2025, a lot of scenarios has changed. The companies have become more dynamic. The industry requirements have become more dynamic. We are living in the age of generative AI. We are living in the age of data, where a plain BCom or a BBA degree is not sufficient for anybody to grow. The expectations of the organizations have undergone significant change. The role of a CFO, or probably role of a finance function, has gone under a significant change from a finance function which was looked up only as a compliance function or a support function a decade back or 20 years back, are now a strategic function. Is a function which actually drives the growth and strategy of an organization. The role of CFO has changed only from accounting or bookkeeping to becoming a strategic advisor. We have a lot of examples in the past where the CFOs of an organization have eventually become CEOs and are driving the strategic direction of how and probably where organizations go. So I think, considering this in mind, a qualification like ACCA, which combines conceptual knowledge, technical accounting concepts, strategic knowledge, new concepts, technology, data, and AI, has become more relevant. And it is very, very imperative for people to invest in such kind of qualifications, rather than only looking for plain BCom, BBA, or in fact, for a matter of fact, only plain MBA as a qualification, because these are not only which are going to make you survive or probably excel in your career. You need qualifications, specialized qualifications which can prepare you for the present also, and in fact prepare you for the future as well. Because the way the current environment or probably technology, a lot of us would be hearing about Gen AI and how probably Gen AI is impacting what we do and how we do. So it's not that Gen AI is going to impact our jobs. Gen AI is going to impact people who are not able to adapt or who are not able to use Gen AI or artificial intelligence as a technology. And that's where qualifications like ACCA gain a lot of prominence, and why it's the need of the hour for us to understand and explore as budding finance professional, people who want to excel or make their career in finance, accounting, or something known as CFO advisory. uh, for them, these kind of qualifications become very very relevant and very very important. So this was just the context setting which I wanted to do. So now probably I'll before Sonam and Jyoti start getting after my life, I'll now stick to the agenda of the webinar, where I am responsible to tell you a little about Grant Thornton. So Grant Thornton is one of the largest, consulting integrated consulting firm. Uh, Traditionally, our strongest pillar of revenue or strongest pillar or services has been audit, advisory, taxation services. That's what we have been doing at Grant Thornton. But in the past, over the last 15 years or couple of decades, we have moved from more compliance related solutions. So whenever you talk about audit or even taxation or any kind of advisory, these were more compliance related services which we were offering to the clients. When I say compliance related services, so for example, there is an organization, they require statutory audits. If there is an organization, they require taxation related services because that's a compliance requirement. That's what the government requires them to do. So from compliance related services, as the businesses have evolved, Grant Thornton has also started investing in a lot of new solutions. Those solutions may include, a lot of data analytics work which we do for our clients, a lot of AI related work which we do for our clients, something known as sports advisory. If a lot of you would be aware that India had organized the Hockey World Cup a couple of years back in the state of Odisha. So we were actually the advisors to the government at how that World Cup was actually organized. So that's a specialized field of sports advisory we do. Then there are things like CFO advisory, ESG consulting. These are the new kind of solutions where Grant Thornton has heavily invested in the past decade or so. And we think that these are the kind of solutions like mergers and acquisition, deals, is this one area of our expertise, is what is are the solutions of the future. While the traditional solutions of audit, advisory, and taxation would remain the backbone of our organization, but the future lies in new solutions, and keeping with demand of the market and keeping our purpose of building a vibrant Bharat. These are the new solutions which we as Grant Thornton are investing into. And as a part of this journey itself, a solution named as LearninGT was formed in the year 2018. So Grant Thornton as an organization, so very proud to say that we are celebrating 90 years of our presence in the Indian market this year as well. I missed pointing out this. So Grant Thornton as an organization have been providing a lot of training services for the past n number of years. So training as a solution is something which comes naturally to us. Why naturally? For example, if we are providing any accounting advisory services to any of our clients, the CFO would just call up and say, Rohit, I have a bunch of 25, 30 chartered accountants or finance professionals. Can you send an instructor and train them on IFRS? Or probably can you train them on GST? Or can you train them on any new concept of accounting or advisory which is coming in? Similarly, we are providing, any audit services, internal audit services to any of our clients. The client can come and actually say that, Rohit, please train my team on, AI or something like this. So training is something which has naturally come to us, and we have been providing training services to a lot of our clients since ages. In 2018, the leadership at Grant Thornton took a conscious call that why not set up a dedicated function, a dedicated service line, which is responsible for providing, different kind of training services to the outside world. It could be individuals, it could be probably, corporate houses, it could be universities, anybody. And that's where the erstwhile Learning and Development Academy was born, which we rebranded as LearninGT. So, in a nutshell, if you talk about what LearninGT is, LearninGT is technically an upskilling arm of Grant Thornton Bharat. which is primarily responsible for offering different kind of training programs for people who are looking for upskilling themselves. Our training program ranges from professional qualifications like ACCA, CFA, CMA to short-term upskilling courses like IFRS, financial modeling, generative AI, data analytics, Python, R, you name whatever technology, and Grant Thornton is there to support. So, having told you about what LearninGT does, one typical question which comes to a lot of people, or probably whenever I go to different forums or I speak to different people, be it individuals, be it senior leaders, that Rohit, what is that Grant Thornton is bringing to the table? So there are n number of players in the market. You search about ACCA, you will find probably 15-20 different players. The market is so cluttered. You search about any program like IFRS or any other professional qualification, there are n number of small, big edtech organizations, small institutes running out of pockets in South, North, offering similar kind of training programs. So why would I come to Grant Thornton, or probably, why should somebody come to Grant Thornton, or what is Grant Thornton bringing to the table? So I think my answer to this question is very simple. Right now, whatever you can see on your screen is probably few of the facts which we have delivered. But if you talk about online live e-learning classroom, this is something which any service provider could provide. But the core to what Grant Thornton does lies in two major things. Number one, our content preparation, and second is our pedagogy of training. So we are just not any academicians who are coming in and delivering the training programs for you. We take a lot of pride in delivering experiential learning to a lot of our clients. So any training program which is curated by Grant Thornton experts and which we are delivering, just like the ACCA training, involves a lot of case study, a lot of experience sharing, and how we can actually link that to what happens in the job. Because see, Grant Thornton is one of the largest employers. Also, we hire at present, our current workforce within India stands at more than 12,000 plus people, and out of which 50% are a mix of chartered accountants, ACC, and people coming from finance background. So we actually understand that where exactly the gap is, that people who are completing their academic qualification and people who are joining the workforce, there is a certain degree of gap in terms of their current state of understanding. So by we offering different kind of training programs, we are trying to bridge that industry academia gap. We are bringing that flavor of the practitioner's approach or the experiential learning into our pedagogy, and preparing our students to join the workforce and be productive from day one itself. That's the biggest USP which Grant Thornton and an organization brings when it is providing any kind of training support or training intervention. All the trainers who come and deliver the training program are actually practitioners. They have worked for Grant Thornton clients, they have worked in the roles of advisors, they have worked in the role of consultants. They might be coming from an audit background, they might be coming from an accounting advisory background, they might be coming from a taxation background. They have a passion to give it back to the profession, they have a passion for training, and that passion and that experience is something which we are trying to elevate in all our training programs. So we might not be the one who might have PhD holders coming and delivering the training programs, but we have people who have got their hands dirty, who understand the business, who have defined the business, who actually come and share their experiences in the class. And all our training programs are dependent on a lot of case study discussion, so that we don't restrict ourselves only to conceptual knowledge. If I relate this to ACCA, yes, our focus is on making you clear the exam, but at the same time, we want to make you more employable and make you more workforce ready. So from day one, if you are joining any organization like Grant Thornton or any other a GCC or any other consulting firm, we just want to ensure that you become productive from day one, because that's what the need of the hour is. Organizations are not patient enough to come and train you on the job. The scenarios have changed completely over the past decade or so, and that's one unique thing which Grant Thornton, the consulting firm, the consulting arm, the consulting experience, when we bring it to the classroom, be it through e-learning, be it through live classes, or be it through virtual classes. So that's one thing which I categorically say, and I think it is very, very important for a lot of you to understand. Sonam, if we can now move to the next slide.
All right, guys. So thank you so much, Rohit, for letting us know about Grant Thornton and very important about learning GT. I hope Aditya, now you got your answer. Tell us about learning GT, right? So Rohit has explained very well. Competition is becoming tougher only day by day, and we, being a Big Five audit firm, can play a very important role in terms of helping you becoming globally recognized ACCA professional. Okay, now let's welcome Miss Jyoti. And as I said, she's ACCA coach. Now she will let us know what are we delivering in ACCA coach. Over to you, Jyoti.
Thank you, Sona. Thank you, Rohit, and thank you everyone for sparing your time. So, what is ACCA is all about? First thing is that ACCA is having a network of you can say that 252,000 professionals, right? And who can pursue ACCA? Everyone can pursue ACCA who wants to build their career in finance and accounting field, right? So even after 10th also you can start your journey for ACCA, right? And any professional who want to build their career or who want to upgrade their self, they can pursue ACCA. Even CA and CMA qualified, they can also pursue ACCA. What is the duration of ACCA? That depends upon the qualification, right? Ki suppose if you are a BCom graduate, if you are an MBA qualified, or if you are a CA qualified, so total duration to complete ACCA qualification is 3 years, maximum 3 years, but depends upon your qualification. You can decide ki whether it will take 1 year, 2 year, or 3 year. That totally depends upon the qualification of the student. And like if you will talk about ACCA, so ACCA having a journey of, like you can say that they are growing day by day, and they are having 7,800 approved partner till now, and they are having a 17 ACC is recognized in more than 178 countries, and they are having 98 global accountancy partnership till now. And ACCA having a future, matlab you can say that ACCA is 120 plus years of innovations, right? So we'll discuss ki who can pursue, what are the subject and other things in next slide. So why we should pursue ACCA? First thing is more important is that ACCA is globally recognized in 178 plus countries. So in India also ACCA is having a huge scope in the industries and access to the network of professionals. So ACCA provide access to a global network of professional and intellectuals in the field of accountancy. And ACCA is having an exam pattern that is very flexible as per the requirement of the student. You can appear exam as per your needs. It means कि ACC का exam structure is you can say that they have provided the exam structure कि whenever it's required, whenever the student feel comfortable, they can apply for the exam, because ACCA exam will held 4 times in a year, and you can you can write one by one paper also, right? And this is ACCA course is you can say that is just a moment. ACCA curriculum is designed to be practical and focused on future needs and making it relevant for professional in the field of accountancy, right? And ACCA even you can start as early after 10th and after 12th also, right? So course structure if you will talk about, so ACCA may they have divided into 3 levels. First level is knowledge level, second level is skill level, and third is professional level. ACCA course structure is divided into different level, but every paper is individual. It means if you will pursue any degree like BCom, CA, or any other degree, you have to write all the exams together. But in ACCA, there are 3 levels and total 13 papers are there. But exam will held 4 times in a year, so you can write one by one paper also. If your one paper is clear, that will not impact on your second paper. So ACCA first level is knowledge level, where 3 papers are there. First is BT, Business and Technology paper. Second is Management Accounting. Third is Financial Accounting. Then the next level is skill level, where there will be total 6 paper. One is law, corporate law. Second is performance management. Third is taxation. Fourth is financial reporting. Fifth is audit and assurance. And sixth is financial management. All 9 papers, means 3 papers of knowledge level and 6 papers of skill paper. These 9 papers are mandatory papers that you have to write these 9 papers. Then the last level will be the professional level, and in professional level total 6 papers are there, where 2 papers are mandatory paper, and after that there will be 4 optional paper where you have to write two mandatory papers are SBL and SBR, and after that there will be 4 optional papers. One is APM, that is Advanced Performance Management, Advanced Taxation, Audit and Assurance, and Financial Management. So out of these 4 professional level, you have to choose 2 papers according to your convenience. So total ACCA course structure is divided into 13 papers and 3 level, but it's divided into 13 papers, but as I said कि every paper is individual. It means if your one paper is clear, that will not impact on your second paper, right? As ACCA exam will held every quarter, March, June, September and December. But the first knowledge level paper, where 3 papers are there, that is BT, MA, FA, and 1 paper of skill level, that is law. These 4 papers are on demand papers. On demand papers means there is no need to wait for any specific quarter. Once you are ready with your studies, you can apply for the exam. And first 4 papers are 100% MCQs.
Someone has asked what is the difference between CFA and ACCA, if you can let us know that.
Definitely, that we will discuss in next slide. Because ACC and CFA, there is no difference. Both are different qualification. ACCA qualification में there is a मतलब option, if you want to build your career in finance and accounting field, then definitely you can pursue ACCA. Because ACCA is very flexible. As per the qualification of the student, ACCA will grant some exemption. See, we are having a different qualification like CMA or ACCA. Both are different qualification, and their field is totally different. So now that is totally depends upon you in which field you want to go. So accordingly you can choose. Now, what is how ACCA is flexible? Because ACCA is having a facility कि like as per the qualification you can get some exemption also. Total will be 13 papers altogether, but suppose if you are a BCom qualified, I will start from the first qualification, that is high school, means after 10th or 12th, you are eligible to write all the 13 papers and there will be no exemption. The second qualification is BBA plus MBA in finance. Suppose like you have done BBA or MBA, or not even BBA, you have done some other degree and you have done MBA in finance. Then you are eligible to claim exemption in first 3 papers. It means the first level of ACCA program, and you have to write 10 papers. Then move to the next qualification, that is BCom. So now ACC has provided to the facility, the benefit to both the things like BCom graduate and BCom pursuing student. So BCom student or BCom pursuing student can claim exemption in first 5 paper. That is a conditional exemptions for pursuing BCom student, and the student who has completed their BCom, they can complete they are eligible to claim exemption in 5 paper, and they have to write only the 8 papers of skill and professional level. If you are a CA student, suppose if you are an IPCC student and you are cleared with both the groups of IPCC, then you are eligible to claim exemption in first 5 paper and you have to write 8. If you are a CMA qualified, so in CMA qualified there is 2 challenge. So first they required कि like after CMA whether you are having experience of 3 years and 5 years. If you are having experience of 5 years, then you are eligible to claim exemption in 9 paper. It means the first level of knowledge level and skill level, both the levels are exempted to you, and you have to write professional level only 4 papers. Same like chartered accountant also. If you are a CA, if you are already qualified CA, then you are also eligible to claim exemption in 9 papers, and you have to write only the 4 papers of ACCA. So in simple words, you can say that as per the qualification of the student, ACCA will grant some exemption. That depends upon your mark sheet, you can say that your degree and everything. So this is the simple calculation कि BCom will get 5 exemptions, CA will get 9 exemptions. One question from Priyanshu is, can I pursue ACCA along with CA course? Currently, I'm in foundation level. Yes. If you are a CA student, in that case also you can pursue ACCA parallelly, because ACCA is very flexible. Even you can write one by one paper also. Taking 9 exam would help in internal accounting and finance, right decision are there. And no, suppose if you're getting exemption in 9 paper cost up, right, it means in your previous, if you're eligible for 9 paper exemption, it means maybe you are a CA, or maybe you are having a other qualification where you have already learned of you are already having a knowledge of these 9 exempted paper, but it is not mandatory that you can claim exemption. That totally depends upon you. Suppose if you are not you can say that comfortable, no, I don't want to claim these exemption, so you can withdraw exemptions also. That totally depends upon the student. Yes. Then the next question is, ma'am, do we get a rank in ACCA? Yes, we do have a rank holder in ACCA. That we will explain in the next slides also, where we have a rank holders also in ACCA. How should I study the 9 papers starting from BT? If we claim exemption, sorry, how should I study the 9 papers starting from BT? This question is not very much clear. If you will explain me better, like if you are starting your career from BT, then you are eligible for all the 13 papers, not for 9 papers. You have to write all the 13 papers of ACCA. Next question, Bhumi Mittal. If we claim exemption, does this impact in future job or work? No. But I always suggest, we always suggest, because we are not just a training provider, we are here to counsel you also. We always suggest कि like if you are a BCom pursuing student and if you are getting exemption in first 5 papers, so we always advise कि start from the scratch, start from the base, because if your base is strong, then you are able to clear the next level also. I have planned to pursue CA and CS together. How that combined and how would be better for CS? See, we are not here to compare ki which is better. That totally depends upon your interest. CA, CS, ACC, everything is good. But the difference is that ki now the many companies are working on international accounting standard. So they required ACCA qualified. So that's why even the CA is pursuing ACCA. See, that totally depends कि like आपका interest किस में है. If you want to pursue ACCA, CA and ACCA, that is completely your call. The next question is that, can we give 4 exams for ACCA along with CA before final? ACCA allows 8 papers in a year, means in particular year you can write maximum 8 papers. Yes, you can write 4 papers also in a particular matlab you can attempt, but we will not suggest you, because the pattern ACC is flexible, but try to understand this concept also. ACC is flexible but not so easy. Flexible means you can write one by one paper also. We will not suggest to write 4 papers together, because if exams are held 4 times in a year, so at least plan 2 papers in particular quarter and then plan next 2 papers in next quarter. That is a suggestion only. But if you will ask, can I write 4 papers? Yes, you can write 4 papers in any particular quarter. Next question is, chapter as a chapter paper basic on the professional. I am eligible to 10 paper in 3rd year. So देखिए, that totally depends upon you. Suppose if you're comfortable, no, I am having a sufficient knowledge of those exempted paper, so you can take the exemption, but that completely depends on you ki whether you want to claim the exemption or not. Sometimes we have checked ki like so many students are claiming exemption in 9 papers because they are eligible to claim those exemption as per their college matlab college tie up with the ACCA body. But we always suggest take the classes, check some questions and check online also कि whether you are having sufficient knowledge of those exempted papers or not. So that again depends upon you कि like whether you want to claim the exemptions or not. Next question is, see ACCA we देखिए first thing is that there are so many career opportunities worldwide, India and abroad also. We are getting question ki whether if we are doing ACCA, so whether we are eligible to get job outside India only. No. As I said, ACCA is recognized in 178 countries, right? So in India and abroad also, there is high demand for ACCA qualified nowadays. Now, like ACCA, first thing is that anyone can pursue ACCA, right? Who want to build their career in the same field, right? Now, in ACCA, two things are involved. One is Grant Thornton, who is a content provider, and second is ACCA. So in ACCA, that registration and other things are separately you have to do, but we will help you in each and every step. So in ACCA basically four steps are involved, right? First step is registration, where our team will take care of your registration process and they will help you in registration and everything. So in ACCA basically there will be four steps involved. One is ACCA registration. Fees and other thing we'll discuss on personal chat on or over the call only. Second will be the exemption fees. The paper where a student is getting exemption. So ACCA will charge fees for exempted paper fees also. Third will be the annual subscription fees, which a student has to pay every year till he clears or till he become a ACCA qualified, right? And fourth step is the examination fees. Examination fees you have to pay 1 month before the exam. So whenever, suppose if you're writing paper in December, so the due date for examination fees is October. Same if you're planning to write exam in March, then the due is January. So there are four steps involving this ACCA fees. We'll explain in personal chat ki what are the fees and other things. Registration fees is standard for everyone, that is 30 pounds. 30 pounds means approx 3,000 rupees. Exemption fees vary qualification wise. Annual fees again is standard for everyone, that is 137 pounds, approx 14,000 rupees. And examination fees, I'm just giving you the rough idea. For knowledge level per paper is around 10 to 11,000 rupees. For skill level per paper is around 14 to 15,000 rupees, and professional level they will charge around 18 to 19,000 rupees per paper.
All right, guys. So it was nice to know about ACCA and other details. So before, I think someone asked some time back about the opportunity part, right? What all jobs you should expect. So before we touch that topic, I have one question for all of you. So guys, I'm going to raise polls and I'm expecting all of you will join that and all of you will participate in that, answering that questions. So I have one question. I am sure you must be able to see one question. Do you think ACCA is useful only abroad or also in India? I want each one of you to answer this and you have 1 minute. Great. All of you have answered and it's good to see your answers. And definitely we are going to check which answer is correct, obviously. But I have another question for you. So guys, I hope you can see next question. What kind of jobs do you think ACCA can help you getting? Please answer. Great. All of you have answered your questions. So to get more clarity on this part, let's welcome Rohit once again and let's understand what all job opportunities you can get post ACCA. Okay. Please, Rohit, please explain us what kind of opportunities we should expect.
Thank you, Sonam. Before directly jumping on the slide, probably when Jyoti was addressing questions, I think a couple of questions which I think I could add a little value was, and again, those are related to their job opportunities as well. I think somebody was referring to that as a chartered accountant, what are the different options, or probably in comparison to a chartered accountant, what different options can ACCA get? And it's not only restricted to accounting firms. So guys, that's a very big myth if a lot of us think that, even for that matter of fact, that even chartered accountants or ACCA fully qualified professionals are restricted uh, only to the big four, big five, big six accounting firms. So the industry is equally acceptable and open towards hiring ACCAs. And if you guys are aware that India is right now booming as the GCC center of the world. So when I say GCC, these are global capability centers for big organizations where a lot of accounting related and accounting advisory related work happens. From the Indian shore, and they are supporting their clients globally. So India has been an upcoming hub. There are a lot of GCCs which are being opened in tier one, tier two cities. These are now not only restricted to Delhi, Mumbai, Bangalore, or Chennai. So a lot of GCCs are probably coming in cities like Jaipur, Indore. Even an accounting firm like Grant Thornton has also opened a lot of capability centers in Indore, Dehradun, and probably would be coming something in Lucknow and northeastern part of the country as well. So these GCC, opens a plethora of opportunities for a lot of ACCA professionals. They are hiring ACCA people because eventually they want people to work for European, UK, even American-based clients. So that opens a very big door for people who are ACCA qualified or pursuing ACCA, and that should also be looked for. And even in terms of salaries, I can greatly vouch for that at least when it comes to professional services firm, the entry level salaries of any ACCA qualified is almost at par with what chartered accountants are getting. So a lot of people say that whether we should pursue ACCA, we will get less salary. So entry point has now become an equal playing field. Rest, it entirely depends on how you actually perform on the job, and what your aspirations are will eventually decide that where you end up, whether you become, as in end up becoming a CFO in any organization, or you end up becoming a partner in any of the consulting firms. But as from a market perception perspective, the sentiment is the same. ACCAs are now being treated and more aggressively treating at par with chartered accountants. And one question which was related to a lot of exemptions also coming in, I think that's another big elephant which we need to address in the room, is that a lot of people say, especially who are currently pursuing their BCom with universities which have tie up with ACCA, and they eventually end up getting 9 exemptions. So guys, here it is a catch-22 situation here, and which I would like to explain that with 9 paper exemption, your ACCA journey becomes very easy. You only need to give 3-4 papers, and eventually by the time you're finishing your graduation, or probably 1 year after your graduation, you become an ACCA qualified. That could easily help you in landing up into a job as well. But eventually, whether you would be able to perform that job in a desired manner could remain a question mark if you don't have the knowledge of those 9 papers. So while these exemptions look exciting, these exemptions look lucrative to pursue you ACCA, your life becomes very easy that out of these three, as in out of the 13 papers, 9 papers are exempted, and I can directly go to 4 papers. And then probably, so at the initial level of career, you might not realize, you might end up at a fancy job at a fancy organization, but survival in the next 2-3 months is going to be very crucial, because that's where your knowledge, your technical knowledge, is going to be tested. ACCA by core still requires technical knowledge, technical accounting knowledge to perform the role better. So just be a little conscious of this. Just don't blindly get excited by the exemptions which are being offered by ACCA. ACCA per se qualification, they have tried to make it very flexible, different entry routes, people at different even age brackets, career levels can enter. But we, at the same time, as fresh graduates, people who are just BCom, just starting their career, they just need to be very, very careful of the exemption play which happens, because as a matter of fact, 9 exemptions are only provided to qualified chartered accountants who have already studied the maximum in terms of when it comes to accounting. So just be very, very careful of this. Rest, I think, there is our dedicated team which can, help taking up your queries and helping you out with these, and probably more than happy to assist you in these ways. So while the previous slide had, a lot of industries where, ACCA qualified could hire. As I say, it's industry agnostic. You talk about banking and finance, you talk about manufacturing, you uh, talk about, even an education consulting firm. ACCAs are required everywhere. Wherever there's a finance function, ACCAs are required, and these are as similar to as what a chartered accountant could get. A lot of people, I think at the starting of this webinar, somebody said that they probably want to be in the investment banking space. Even ACCA could be an entry route for you to enter into the investment banking space as well. So there is no one specific industry or probably corner industries for ACCA qualified, right from GCCs to accounting firms to, the Fortune 500 companies. ACCA are welcomed and given an equal platform and equal growth opportunities in firms across. Even government and public sector firms are also now open towards, hiring ACCA professionals. That's how ACCA has aggressively grown in the past decade or so. I think I first heard of ACCA in India in the year 2017-16. From then, the way ACCA as a qualification has exploded, and still keeping the quality check in mind. And that's the reason the acceptance of ACCA qualified people still remains across industries. Now, when it comes to job roles, a similar kind of scenario plays out. A job role for ACCA, Sonam, I'll request you to move to the next slide. So, job roles for ACCA qualifieds are also not restricted anymore. So, people who aspire to become CFOs, eventually the CFOs in any organization, can certainly opt for ACCA. If you want to make or pursue your career in a consulting firm, that partner is one thing which you should look forward to. And very proud to say that within our financial accounting or CFO advisory space, we have a lot of people who are ACCA qualified and eventually working as partners with us. A journey within a consulting firm from a consultant, which is an entry level position, to a partner for an ACCA qualified could be as short as probably 10 to 12 years, depending on probably how you perform on the job. So ACCA gives you that opportunity to explore and spread your wings. It could be, so in case you want to go to the credit side, so credit control manager, in case you want to work for credit rating agencies, management accountant, somebody taking care of internal risk, being a business analyst. You want to go into the new fade industries like forensic accounting and auditing. ACCA is your entry point, and sky is the limit. We have just mentioned here 12 job profiles because we had restrictions to put in what we can put in the slides. But once you enter into the ACCA space, once you have qualified as an ACCA, there are no limits in terms of opportunities and job roles. Yes, you directly don't end up becoming a CFO. You start as a consultant or you start as an entry level executive, but there is a clear path defined for people who want to eventually become to become chief financial officers or partners, or have more senior positions like a finance controller or a finance head, depending on organizations to organizations. Yeah, Sonam, if you could move to the next slide, please. So, guys, I think this is what we guys had in terms of explaining about the ACCA qualification, how the structure of ACCA qualification is. Now we leave the forum open for the participants to ask questions, to challenge us, whatever questions they have. More than happy to take them up. I think one question has quickly come with the GT course fees. Kunal, this we can take up on one-on-one counseling session. So somebody from our team would get in touch with you once this webinar gets over, and we can discuss, the ACCA course structure there.
There is one more question.
Do we? Yeah.
There is one more question.
Yeah,
Do
Jyoti.
we need article shape same like CA and CS? Yes, we in ACCA we do have a 36 month training program. But there are a difference between CA and ACCA. In CA, you have to complete your internship of 36 months before completion of your CA. But in ACCA, suppose if you're a 10th or 12th student and or BCom student, and if you have started your journey as an ACCA, right? So once you will complete all the 13 papers, and there are two separate things in ACCA. One is ACCA qualified, and second is ACCA member. Suppose after that, if you want to become a member also of ACCA, then they require 36 months of articleship. Not articleship exactly, they want 36 months of training in the relevant field. Suppose after pursuing ACCA, after done your ACCA journey, if you're working in a same domain, so that period will also count, and that period is required if you're claiming for the membership. The next question is that if I am pursuing BBA with ACCA program with 9 exemption, so I always suggest कि BBA and ACCA exemption part is totally different. If you are pursuing BBA, so you are not eligible to claim exemption in 9 papers. You are eligible if you have done with BBA, then you are eligible to get exemption in 1 paper, and you have to write remaining 12 papers. And there was one more question which is very very important. Someone asked ki, like, suppose if I am not a qualified chartered accountant, if I am a qualified chartered accountant, then I am eligible to claim exemption in 4 paper. But before qualifying ACCA, sorry, CA, can I write last 4 papers and the previous paper later on? No. Once you are eligible to claim exemption in 9 papers, then you have to write 4 only. It's not like that कि without completing your skill level, you have to jump for professional level. ACCA will not allow. First, you have to complete your skill level papers, then you can move to the professional level papers. Any other question which you want to ask?
I think there was one question. What are the essential skills to get internship? So Arun, I think apart from technical skills, which probably an ACCA journey or a professional qualification, which would help you in getting, I think you should work upon a lot of softer skills part. It could be communication, executive presence. How do you articulate? Because now a lot of these internship interviews or probably job interviews has become a matter of storytelling. People like understanding what your story and what your journeys is. So try inculcating that as a part of your interview practice, and do keep polishing up on your soft skills and business acumen as well, apart from your technical skills. There was one question with respect to rank holders in ACCA. Yes, ACCA also has rank holders. So you can strive for good marks and be among the rank holders for ACCA as well. And ACCA keeps on facilitating their rank holders from time to time. There are a lot of events which ACCA keeps on doing, and similar kind of events also happen at Grant Thornton also. So we also keep on doing a lot of meet and greet or networking events for our ACCA student as well, which gives them a good opportunity to interact with each other, to try and understand of the learnings of what people are going through. So those kind of community building or community development options are also available once you become an alumni or a student of Grant Thornton. Somebody requested for a CFA, or they wanted us to do a CFA webinar. So guys, keep watching out this space. We would be coming up with our webinar on CFA post Diwali, as we are launching CFA as a qualification also. So please do keep checking updates from LearninGT and Grant Thornton, and do enroll for the CFA webinar also, where we will give you a similar kind of explanation and detailed discussion about CFA. Sonam, just before winding up, we have a few slides left on ACCA with Grant Thornton. I'll just request Jyoti if probably we can run them in the next 3-4 minutes
Yeah,
before
sure.
we wind this up. I think that will give a holistic view to the participants, and in case there are any unanswered questions, those would also be sorted there.
So we are getting queries ki like why ACCA with Learn and GT, and what are the benefits which Learn and GT is providing to our student. First thing is that is in Learn and GT we provides you live online training as well as the recorded views of that particular live session also, right? We are having a ACCA approved BPP books. So you will get the hard copies of material once you will join ACCA program from with Grant Thornton Bharat or with LearninGT. We are having a expert mentor for each and every level. So we are having a different expert faculties for every subject, right? And who are having experience in the industry for more than 10 years or 15 years, they are having the experience also. With we are not providing you just the classes only. We will prepare you, we will provide you the mock test and practice session also time to time when it's required. And no cost EMI fee waiver up to 80%. It means as per the qualification of the student, a student must pay the exemption fees also. So enrolling with Grant Thornton Bharat with LearninGT, so you will get a matlab very good scholarship discounts, scholarship in your exemption fees also. And throughout your journey, we will provide you the ACCA registration support, which we have explained in the previous slide. We will provide you the ACCA registration process. We will help you in each and every step, and we will give you the unlimited recorded views for our classes, because in LAN and GT our main objective is not to provide classes only. Our main objective is that the student who is getting enrolled with LAN and GT, they should clear also. So the validity period is unlimited till you clear the exam. You will get the mock test, revisionary test, you will get the hard copies of books by BPP, even the hard copies and soft copies also. You will get the live classes as well as the recorded version of the live classes, which will help you in revision. And we are having the expert, we are having a mentorship support also, who will help you in the entire process, entire journey of your ACC. Now coming up with this mentorship plan. So we have planned your ACCA journey as well as make you the future ready for the job opportunity also. So we have prepared our mentorship plan in two ways. One is related to your studies and second is related to your career. So we have a dedicated team who will help you throughout your ACCA journey. We are having a strategic study plan which we will provide to each and every student. We will provide you the proper schedule for the upcoming exam, ki when the exam will held, when you have to write the exam. Proper guidance related to your studies will be provided, like how many hours you have to study, how many mock tests you have to attend, and we have a constant check-in by the mentor during your preparation. So first way is related to your studies only, and second to related to your career, like how to build your CV after ACCA. What are the career opportunities which we are having? Interview preparation also we will provide you. Career assistance, time to time ACCA will also have their new openings in different companies. So our support team, our mentorship, our mentor will update you time to time related to your career also. We are providing you some upskilling courses also which will help you in your future. So we have planned our mentorship plan ki like they will guide you, proper guidance related to your studies, and after that proper guidance to your career. We do have our rank holders also in ACCA. Recently, Mr. Ashmeet Bansal, who is a part of Learning GT student only, and he has secured AIR rank 2, and we have Riya Sashodia also. Rohit, would you like to add something in this?
Yeah, so I think Jyoti, while you had explained that what are the advantages of doing their ACCA journey or pursuing their ACCA journey with LearninGT, I think one message which I want to give to everybody who aspires to learn or join our training programs, that we are not here for a transactional game. When I say a transactional game, that our role doesn't stop just by enrolling you guys and making you sit in the classroom or making you attend the live lessons or live sessions or e-learning programs. We are here to be your partners, to be your support function in the entire ACCA journey. Because this is not a 30-40 hour kind of a training program that you come, attend the program, get a certification, and then move out. This is a complete journey. It's an investment in terms of money, it's an investment in terms of time. So to complete ACCA qualification, you end up giving 2 to 3 years of your life, which are very, very crucial years. And we want to be your partners in the journey. So right from you enrolling with us to how your journey goes, to how your mentorship support goes, that's why we have just come up with these new things, that we just don't want people to get stuck in any part of ACCA journey. Just like you have a lot of people dropping out of CA, we also have a decent enough drop rate of people enrolling for ACCA and then don't willing to pursue. And that's where support functions like the ACCA coach or ACCA mentors plays a very, very important role. A lot of people get stuck that which exam to go. I am feeling a lot of pressure. I have to attend office also. I have to study also. How do I do it? I have cleared my exam. I am a rank holder, but I'm not still able to crack the interviews, or probably still not able to get the desired job. What are the skills lacking in me? So the questions to all these answers is actually given in this 2 to 3 years of journey, which you are part of LearninGT, umbrella as a student. And even after people who have cleared the exam with us, they keep on connected with us. They help our ACCA buddies. Eventually, a lot of these. So you can see Ashmit there in your screens. You can see Ria there on screens. Tomorrow, they are going to be your mentors and mentors of people who are, enrolling with us, explaining probably what helped them or probably what are the best strategies they adopted. So that's the kind of ecosystem we are building, a network, a community of ACCA learners, where we don't treat you as students or just mere transactions that you have come and enroll for the training program. Neither in any of our communications you would see we see Grant Thornton promoting job guarantee or come get placed with us. That's a normal scenario which a lot of service providers are providing in the market. But see, I'll be very candid based on my experience. We are in a country where even an MBA or a PhD degree can't guarantee you a job. And if I make this as a job guarantee program, we will have hundreds of people lined up across our offices to come and enroll the program. But that's not what our objective is. We really want to upskill yourself, make you to that level where you can easily be placed in any of the organization, be it Grant Thornton, be it any other organization. We are there to support in your endeavors. We are support to fill those gaps, and we are here to make you job ready, and impart you with those skills, impart you with those confidence, be it technical, be it other aspects of skills, that you feel confident enough to go and find a job in the market. And if we are able to do that, I think we certainly have contributed in the success into your journeys. And that's what our intention at Grant Thornton is. And I just want to highlight this to our learners, that it's not only for the sake of saying here in the webinar. Even if you go and speak to our previous students, you go and speak to Ria, Ashmeet, or anybody, you can go and search on LinkedIn people who have studied or learned in GT. I think a lot of those people will share these kind of sentiments and echo these kind of thoughts. And that's what we are here to do in the market. Our core objective of Grant Thornton as a firm is to build a vibrant Bharat. And how we can build a vibrant Bharat? We can build a vibrant Bharat by equipping our young workforce to be job ready and actually contribute in the success of the nation. Tomorrow, you people will join organizations, would help organizations, reach scaling heights. That's how the overall economy would grow. Probably at this level, we might not be able to understand the impact, but India is one of the youngest nations. That's the demographic advantage we have as a nation. But are we skilled or equipped enough to take care of that demographic advantage, or probably to surpass that demographic advantage? That's a question mark. So this is our way of giving it back to the community, helping people to upskill themselves, empower themselves, so that they can make eventually an impact in their careers. So that's what LearninGT is all about.
So we have a student facilitation team. Suppose if you have any doubt, any query related to any exemption, who can pursue ACCA, how many exemptions we will get, how we can write the paper, for any kind of query, we have a team. So you can connect with us over the call or over the email also. We have mentioned the number, as well as if you have any question related to ACCA, so you can connect our team also. We have, I think most of the team is in touch with so many like Ankita, Aditi, Divya, Barkha, Shefali. So I think you are already in touch with some of our team member. So feel free to call us for any further queries.
And guys, do follow us on different social media platforms. So these are the QR codes for our LinkedIn, Insta, and Facebook pages. Keep watching out that space for any new updates, any new training programs coming up, any new webinars which we come up. So everything is posted on our social media handles. I'll strongly recommend a lot of you to follow these pages. So eventually to keep on getting the updates from LearninGT in terms of what we are doing, what new we are bringing to the table, or what is happening in the learning space in general, in the upskilling space. These pages could really be helpful for you guys.
So thank you everyone for your time. Thank you Sonam. Thank you Rohit. Thank you everyone for sparing your time for this session. And feel free to call us for any doubt or any query.
Sure. Thank you, guys. Thanks
Thank
for
you
Thank you so
everyone.
such a
Thank you so
patient,
much. Yeah.
listeners and audience. Thank you.
Thank you
Thank
so much.